Welcome back to a new Python tutorial. In this video we are going to talk about 5 libraries that feels like cheating when we are using it. These are going to be Rich, Polars, Streamlit, Optuna and DuckDB, and I'm going to explain them one by one. I will show you how we can install it, and I'm going to do one coding example with each of these. Let's start with the first one. Our first library is going to be Rich, and Rich makes your terminal output look like a dashboard without any front-end code. And for installing it, we will say pip install Rich, and let's make an example with it. So from Rich console import console, and I will say from rich.table import table, and let's say that we want to display a machine learning model evaluation results, and we will start by saying console and initializing the console object in here. Next we will say table, and I'm going to initialize table, and I'm going to give the title like model results. Next up, let's add some columns for this table. Table, add column, I will pass model, and I'm going to give it a style like cn, and I will say table, add column again, and I'm going to say accuracy, and I'm going to give it a style like green. Next up, we are going to add rows like table, add row. Also syntax is pretty easy on the Rich. Random forest, and let's say 0.92. Next I will say table, add row. I'm going to add a row for XGBoost. Let's say 0.95. And table, add row, neural network. And I will say 0.94. So for displaying it, we will say console.print table. And this is it. When I make this run, we are going to see that we are going to have a beautiful output in the terminal. Like you can see in here, it displays the results beautifully. You can create tables, progress bars, logs, and style text instantly. It's great for demos and scripts. Our second library is going to be DuckDB. And DuckDB lets you run SQL queries directly on Pandas data frames without setting up a database. And for installing it, you need to say pip install DuckDB. And let's make a code example. I'm going to import DuckDB, and also I will import Pandas, and then I will say data frame, Pandas data frame, and I'm going to make a copy paste for the data creation. Here I'm going to make it run, and I will say print data frame.head. So let's see our data frames. First 5 rows. Here we can see that we have 4 rows, A, B, C, D, and the sales. And now I want to filter this data frame, like I want to take the rows which has the sales value greater than 150. For that, I'm going to define my query, like I will say in here, select product and sales from data frame where sales, just like CQ, greater than 150, order by sales in descending order. So with this query, I'm going to say result, and it's going to be equal to the DuckDB.query. We will pass the query in here. Next, we will say to data frame, and I will say print result. So I'm going to make this run. Here we can see on the terminal that we got the values which has greater than 150 on the sales column. You get full SQL power with zero setup. It's perfect for analysts who love SQL but works in Python. Our third library is going to be Polars, and it's a faster and more memory efficient alternative to Pandas, especially for large datasets. For installing it, we need to call pip install Polars. And let's make a code example. I will say import Polars as PL, Polars, and I'm going to say data frame. Just like in the Pandas, I will say PL data frame. The syntax is really similar with Pandas. And I'm going to make a copy paste in here like this. We are going to have 3 columns. I will say print data frame, and now let's take a look at our data. Here we have 3 columns, name, age, and salary, but in Polars we can also see the data types of the columns like this. In our tables, it also displayed the shape value like this with 4 rows and 3 columns. And let's make a filtering operation in this data. So I will say result, And I'm going to say, like, I will open a parenthesis and I will say data frame. Then I will say filter and polars column age greater than 30. And next I will say dot select. I'm going to select polars column name and polars column salary, but multiplied by 1.1, which means that 10% increase. And I'm going to add an alias to it, like updated salary. And next, what I'm going to do is I will say in here print result like this. So let's see our result. Here we can see that we have two columns because we used select method and we displayed the name and the updated salary, and we manipulated the salary values. We increased them by 10% after the filter of the age greater than 30. We have a lot of methods for data manipulation in Pandas, and Polars uses lazy execution and Rust under the hood, making filtering and transformations extremely fast with very little code. Our next library is going to be the Optuna, and Optuna finds optimal hyperparameters automatically with minimal amount of code. And for installing it, we need to say pip install Optuna, and also we need scikit-learn for this code demonstration because we are going to get the model and dataset from scikit-learn. Optuna is for the parameter tuning. And then let's make a code example. I will say import Optuna, and I will say from scikit-learn datasets import load iris. I will say from scikit-learn ensemble import random forest classifier, from scikit-learn model selection import cross-validation score. Next I'm going to load my data x, y, load iris, and I'm going to pass the return xy parameter as true. And let's firstly print the x for seeing our data. We have features like this. Here we can see our array, and I'm going to say print y. We are going to see the classes we want to predict right now. Like you can see that we have zeros, ones and twos, which means that we have multi-class classification problem. Okay, now for Optuna we are going to define an objective. We will pass a trial, and I'm going to say like number of estimators. It's a parameter of the random forest. Suggest integer. I'm going to say number of estimators, and then I'm going to pass like the values 10 and 200 in the range. And for the max depth, again it's a parameter of the random forest. Suggest integer. I will say max depth. I will say 2 and 10. Next up I'm going to say model. I'm going to initialize the random forest classifier with the number of estimators as number of estimators from here, and max depth as max depth in here. Awesome. Next I will say score, and I'm going to say cross validation score model x, y, and I'm going to set the cross validation as 3, and I will say mean like this. Next up I will say return score like this. And now we are going to say study. We will give Optuna create study. We will say direction as maximize, and next we will say study dot optimize. Now we are going to pass the objective we defined in here, and let's say number of trials as 20, and we will say print study best parameters, and I'm going to make it run, and it's going to do the parameter tuning automatically like this. You can see that it returned us the best parameters for the random forest model as number of estimators 88 and max depth as 8. Instead of guessing the hyperparameters by ourselves, Optuna gives us the best configuration by searching intelligently. The last library we are going to be talking about is going to be Streamlit, and Streamlit turns scripts into interactive web apps with almost no effort. We won't use any HTML, JavaScript or anything. And for installing it, we need to say pip install Streamlit. And let's make a code example. Let's say import Streamlit as st import pandas as pd and import numpy as np. And let's give our Streamlit app a title like simple data app, and I will say data. Let's create a pandas data frame like numpy random number 102. Next I will say columns feature 1, feature 2, and next what I'm going to do is I will say like in here Streamlit line chart data, and also I will say Streamlit data frame data with adding divider between them like this. And now how we run this is we need to go to the terminal and we need to say Streamlit run and our Python file name main.py. And when I make this run, we get a URL in here. You just need to copy this and open this on your browser. If it didn't get opened automatically, you can go to this address, and I'm going to be recording back in this address in a second on my browser. Here I'm at the address I saw on the terminal localhost, and we can see that we have a beautiful web app without any effort. We can see that we have simple data app, we have the features in here, and we have our line chart, and then we use divider, we have divider in here, and we have the data frame in here like this. It's displayed in here. Also we can download it from the button in here and search from it like 01 and stuff like that. No HTML, no JavaScript, perfect for sharing models, dashboards and experiments instantly. Thanks for watching this Python tutorial. I'm sharing a new tutorial about Python and data science every week on my channel. You can subscribe for more videos like this. Have a great day.